I understand that our friend Adam Sos is on location in Calgary. Olivia, let me know if we're ready to chat with Adam. Of course, Calgary is. Oh, we've got some footage from. I can't hear you through my ear. I'm just hearing you through the wall. But go ahead. If we've got some footage from Adam, Adam's based in. Oh, it looks like we've got some drone footage. Oh yeah, let's show this for sure. Okay, some snow on the ground. Well, there's a lot of vehicles. This looks like it's that Highway 1. Oh, maybe this is from the helicopter. It's from that. I can hear the chopper. You know what? I bet those are the good guys who flew up to the Mirror, Alberta Whistle Stop Diner in helicopters. Okay, so you can see that's sort of the. Looks like there's a lot of vehicles parked in that little turnoff, and you can see all the people on the side of the road. Makes me slightly nervous that they're standing near traffic, but it looks like the vehicles are slowing down. You know what? I'm not going to be a safety Karen, but it makes me slightly nervous that they're standing on the side of the Highway 1 like that. Here's some footage of the city itself, and I don't suppose that that's the convoy there in the center. I don't think it is. That just looks like a beautiful shot of Calgary. I grew up in Calgary, and one of my favorite things was the cold, sunny days in the winter. Oh, here, looks like Adam is ready in front of the helicopter. I want to know more about this helicopter. Let's see if we can go live. Adam, great to see you. Thanks very much for being on location. I was looking at that helicopter. Are those the good guys who went up to the Whistle Stop Cafe by helicopter to patronize Chris Scott when he was attacked by the government?
That's right. In fact, when they posted these pictures on social media, Chris Scott immediately said, "Are you coming up for a burger?" This is also the helicopter that we went down. We did some coverage of the Freedom Convoy as well as the Coutts sort of border protest. So we've been very fortunate in a friend who has this helicopter, the Rebel Copter, as we lovingly call it. But as you can see, emblazoned Axe the Tax. On the other side of the helicopter, you have Hike the Spike. They were working all weekend to get these decals done, and it looks incredible. People have been waving from the ground. It's been pretty great.
Did you actually go up in the Rebel Copter? I remember we gave it that name when we had that special mission. I knew it. I thought these guys have got to be the guy. I met them. They're great. They're real. You know, they're frisky, fun-loving, troublemaking Albertans, which is the kind you gotta love. Did you go up with them today?
Every time, yeah.
Are you serious? So you were up there?
Oh yeah. That's my footage. Yeah, the tweets you're showing there, that's me filming. We actually flew over in Angelica on the ground in Calgary. They were filming us from the ground, so we'll get that shot as well. So we're going to have multiple angles of it. Incredible. And there was a big crowd there, I'll tell you. If people look close on that footage where the traffic is starting to back up, the little shadows you can see is probably about 100 people along the side of the highway. But yeah, we'll do a couple more laps around. I don't know if we'll quite get out to the borders. It's a bit of a haul to get there and back. But we'll stop in at a couple of the other sort of planned protests around the city, certainly, before we head back. And yeah, I'll be airborne. We stopped to fuel up the pilot for a quick bite of lunch. That's why I can join you without the choppers deafening us. But yeah.
Well, that's great. And of course, you know, helicopters don't fly on, you know, pixie dust or solar. They fly on fuel. Everything that moves relies on carbon. Everything that keeps us warm relies on carbon. So, but I know those guys from their support for the Whistle Stop Diner, and I am delighted to know. I forgot that we called it the Rebel Copter when you were in it. You did sort of a mission down to Coutts. That's amazing. Well, please pass on my personal regards to those guys. I have had the pleasure of meeting them, and it's wonderful to have an Air Force like that. And as I was saying earlier, we did have a clip of one professional protester pro-carbon tax, but I just don't think any severely normal person would say, I don't think I'm paying enough for fuel. I mean, there's no one in favor of this, is there?
No. Well, and the reason that this helicopter is out today is because he is a business owner. He has a major construction company, and he even commented in an interview that we'll be sharing at stopthecarbontax.com that the reason he's doing this is because the surcharge on the fuel today is nothing compared to all the construction vehicles that he's fueling. Furthermore, maybe not everyone owns a business, but normal people just trying to heat their homes, just trying to get by, well, those folks are struggling. And that's ultimately, it's the same thing as the pandemic protests. Severely normal people simply trying to live their lives and the government making that impossible. That's, again, what this protest is all about.
Yeah. And of course, in some ways, we are able to detect the carbon tax directly in our own lives. If we get a fuel bill, if we get an energy bill. But of course, embedded within everything we buy at a store is the cost of getting it to the store. And if it's food, the cost of the farm equipment to grow it. So this really is an everything tax. And I'm delighted to see this national uprising. I haven't seen a good national anti-tax protest in more than 20 years, and it is a pleasure to see it again. Last word to you, Adam.
You know, I think the thing that I would just like to comment here, and if it's a little bit boring and political, I apologize. Lots of people are commenting on the fuel tax going up and saying, why aren't you criticizing that? Well, frankly, I would criticize that. But the difference here is that is a sort of market-linked oil price-based thing that isn't being added to our costs. So when oil prices change, that sort of price changes, it goes up and down. That is a different thing altogether, and that's based on a plan sort of economy, a planned budget for the province. Adding to that this carbon tax that nobody wants, nobody needs, nobody voted for, and now it's not just the people standing alone, it's 7 provinces saying enough is enough. It's a different conversation altogether. So for folks making that comparison, let's just cut it out. Let's focus on the real new tax, this hiked carbon tax.
Got it. And you're talking about an Alberta-specific measure that
yes.
I understand. All right. Well, listen, Adam, great to see you again, and I'm delighted that you are with the Rebel Copter, as we called it back then. I'm sure they have a nickname for it, too. Thanks very much for giving us those airborne shots. That's amazing.
Thanks so much. Appreciate it.
All right. There you have it. Adam Soos from the Calgary area. I knew it when I saw that helicopter. I thought, I bet I know who that is.